You open your eyes for the first time in a hospital where the ceiling fan hasn't worked in 3 years. The generator kicks on for 2 hours a day if you're lucky. The nurses are underpaid and overworked. The equipment is older than your parents. But you make it out alive. That's already an achievement here. Welcome to your country. You're 5 years old the first time the lights go out. Not for an hour. For 3 days straight. Your mother lights a candle and tells you it'll be okay. You believe her. You're 5. By the time you're 10, you stop believing her. By the time you're 15, you don't even flinch when the lights go out. Darkness is just Tuesday here. 2026. The rest of the world is talking about AI, electric cars, smart cities. You watched a video last night about China. The roads, the trains, the buildings that touch clouds. You paused the video and looked around your room. Cracked walls. Bucket in the corner for when it rains because the roof leaks. You asked yourself a question that kept you up all night. School is supposed to be your escape. That's what they tell you. Education is the key. But the school they send you to has 60 children in one classroom. The textbooks are from 1987. 3 of the pages are missing. The teacher hasn't been paid in 4 months, but still shows up because what else is there to do? The roof leaks when it rains. Some children sit on the floor because there aren't enough chairs. You look around at the children who aren't even here. The ones hawking on the roadside at 8 a.m. instead of sitting in a classroom. Nobody talks about them. Nobody counts them. They are invisible to the system that was supposed to protect them. You learn anyway. You study by candlelight when the electricity is gone. You read the same torn textbooks over and over. You tell yourself education will save you. You have to believe something. You get older. You start to see how things really work. Election season comes, and the politicians arrive in your neighborhood for the first time in 4 years. Big convoys. Brand new cars. They give your neighbors rice and cooking oil and t-shirts with their face on it. Your neighbors cheer. They dance. They collect the rice. Then they vote for the same man who has been in power for 12 years. He wins again. Of course he wins. The results were decided before anyone voted. Everyone knows this. Nobody does anything about this. You ask your uncle why people keep voting for him. He shrugs. Better the devil you know, he says. You want to scream. And then Sunday comes and the church is full. Thousands of people, dressed in their finest clothes. Singing and dancing and giving money they don't have to pastors who drive cars they shouldn't own. The pastor tells them their breakthrough is coming. God is about to change their situation. Just have faith. Just give more. Just pray harder. Monday comes. Nothing changes. The roads are still broken. The lights are still out. The politicians are still stealing. But next Sunday the church is full again. You sit in the back and look at the faces around you. Good people. Hardworking people. People who deserve better. And you wonder why it's easier to fill a church than a protest ground. You finish school. Now you need a job. There are no jobs. Not for you. Not for thousands like you. The youth unemployment rate is something the government stopped publishing because the number became embarrassing. Your friend with a university degree is driving a motorcycle taxi. Another one emigrated 8 months ago and hasn't looked back. Another one joined a gang because at least that pays. You apply anyway. 50 applications. 20 rejections. 30 silences. The ones that call you back want you to know someone. Or pay someone. Or be someone's relative. Merit is a foreign concept here, like stable electricity and good roads. You find something eventually. A small job. Exhausting work. Long hours. And at the end of the month, they hand you the equivalent of $50. 50. You hold it in your hand and do the math. Rent. Food. Transport. Medicine for your mother. The numbers don't add up. They never add up. But this is the minimum wage here. This is what your government decided your time and your labor and your life are worth. You want to travel. See other parts of your own country. Maybe there's something beautiful out there beyond your city. But your mother grabs your arm when you mention the highway. They're kidnapping people on that road, she says quietly. You sit back down. This is your country. You can't even move freely inside it. The roads that exist are broken. The ones that aren't broken are dangerous. Armed men who should be criminals are sometimes wearing uniforms. You don't know who to trust on a dark road at night. You don't travel. You stay where you know. Your world gets smaller. You scroll through your phone one night. There's a video of a man who got into an accident on the expressway. He's lying on the road. People are gathered around him. Watching. Filming. Not one person is helping. Not one person called an ambulance. There are no ambulances. The nearest hospital with a working emergency unit is 2 hours away. By the time anyone does anything, the man is gone. You watch the video twice because you cannot believe it. Then you realize you can believe it completely. This is just Wednesday here. At night, when everything is quiet, you stare at the ceiling and you ask God a question. Why here? Of all the places on earth, of all the billions of people, why was I placed here? What did I do? What sin was so terrible that this is my starting point? You've heard about past lives. Maybe that's it. Maybe you were someone terrible before. Maybe this is punishment. Because there can't be another explanation that makes sense. There cannot be another hell after this life. Because you are already in it. Morning comes. You have a job interview today for a position that pays $60 a month. You iron your shirt with a manual iron heated on a gas cooker because there's no electricity. You step outside. There is rubbish on the street. There has always been rubbish on the street. You wonder sometimes if the dirt and the chaos outside is just a reflection of something broken inside. If poverty doesn't just empty your pockets, but empties something deeper. Your sense of shared space. Your sense of collective dignity. Or maybe people litter because nobody ever taught them not to. Because the government never built bins. Because the schools that should have taught civic pride were too busy falling apart. You don't know. You keep walking. That's all you can do here. Keep walking. Keep waking up. Keep trying in a place that was not designed for you to succeed. Keep watching the politicians on TV making promises with straight faces. Keep watching the rich build taller gates around their houses while the roads outside rot. Keep watching your friends leave one by one for countries that actually work. Keep being told that your situation is God's will while the pastor builds another house. Keep walking. Somewhere right now, a child is being born in a hospital with no electricity. She doesn't know yet what she's been born into. She doesn't know about the rigged elections and the broken roads and the $50 months and the darkness and the kidnappings and the leaders who have been failing her people since before she was born. She'll figure it out eventually. They always do. That's a wrap for today. Everything you just heard is fiction. But you and I both know it isn't really fiction. It's someone's Tuesday. It's millions of people's entire life. Subscribe for more POV stories.